Alright guys, so this is my very first collection tour, so I can show you guys my collection room here. I'll go through each thing individually. I'll kind of give you a wide look at the room before we get started here. You can see there's a lot of different things going on here, a lot of different things to touch on, so I'll touch on each one individually the best I can. We'll start with the Star Wars cabinet. This cabinet is, well, as you can see, I have two cabinets, Marvel and Star Wars, and I have some other random stuff in between. The Star Wars cabinet does not have glass in it yet. I'm working on it. My dad's actually working with a company. As I'm speaking, the house is shaking because there's a huge thunderstorm going on right now. So if you hear that, that's what's going on. But yeah, long story short, the glass doors are being worked on and we're getting those filled out soon. So you can see, like I said, glass doors there, not over here. Let's start at the very left here. You can see Vader. This is Rogue One Vader. All these figures are Hot Toys figures. If you've never heard of Hot Toys, they make pretty much the top stuff in the game. They make 6 scale figures, so these guys are all 1/6 scale of what their normal character would be like. And I try to get characters that I really like, that have a cool design, that I want to have in my collection. So this is actually one of my favorites, the Rogue One Vader. And yeah, if you've seen Rogue One, Vader's presence in that film is absolutely amazing. You guys know my love for Kylo Ren. This is Force Awakens Kylo Ren, obviously. He is one of my favorite figures. He was actually my very first figure that I ever got. And he cost me about 130 bucks at the time, which for a Hot Toys figure is a steal of a deal. Most of these figures retail for at least 235 or more. So I've scoured my way to some pretty serious deals. For some reason, the Star Wars figures, I mean, not all of them are maintaining their value that well. So Kylo is actually pretty cheap. So if you like Kylo, he's a pretty cheap one to get into the hobby. You can see R2-D2 here. This is the Force Awakens R2-D2. I've taken the liberty actually of taking the batteries out of all these figures because they do all have, well, the ones that need light up features have them. But I mean, when you think about it, there's battery corrosion and things that can happen if you leave the batteries in for long periods of time. So I don't really leave the batteries in very often. Same with BB-8. I actually just took them all out recently. At the beginning, I was leaving them all in, but then I learned I've heard some horror stories, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So let's continue going through the front row here. This is Rey, obviously, from The Force Awakens. She came with that BB-8, luckily enough. Scored her for a good deal. This is actually one of the best head sculpts I've seen from a Hot Toys figure, this Han Solo figure. This is Han from A New Hope. And I love his outfit in this film. I love his character design. The head sculpt looks great. This might be the best head sculpt I have from a Hot Toys figure. I mean, oh, there goes my hand there. Sorry, filming rookie here, you can tell. This Kylo Ren here from The Last Jedi is absolutely on point. I mean, it is dead on to Kylo. I mean, as close as a figure can get in this day and age, so that's pretty damn good. Rey here is also very good, not quite as good as Kylo, but also one of my favorite figures that I have. I like this Rey. You can see she comes with the porgs there, and there is some dust going on here. Not sure what's going on there, but I'm gonna have to clean that out. You can see up top here, this is Dark Side Anakin. Dark Side Anakin is one that I really wanted as well. You can see actually he has the Sith eyes. The Sith eyes are very cool and a very nice touch for that Anakin figure. I have the Praetorian Guards as well. I have 2 of them. They come with a lot of different accessories. You can kind of adjust their weapons as you like. I always like the whip on the one and the double blade one. I like a lot. This is Sir Alec Guinness, obviously Obi-Wan. Also an amazing head sculpt. Also clearly one of the best that I own and clearly one of the best Hot Toys has ever done. This is Boba Fett from Empire Strikes Back. I am a huge fan of Boba Fett. I don't know too much about the character, obviously, because not that many people do, but he has an awesome design, and I've always been a huge fan of his just based on, what he looks like and, the mystery surrounding him. You can see if I can show back here, this is Palpatine, obviously, Emperor Palpatine. He has some lightning effects and a cane that he comes with, but it didn't quite fit for what I wanted to do because the lightning is so long, so it doesn't really fit in the cabinet super well. But you can see I got them mostly in museum poses, not too much dynamic going on there, but I try to keep it simple. These cubes you're seeing are actually from Michaels, so if you ever need risers for your figures or anything like that, these are like, I think $3. They're called acrylic photo cubes, and I always get them at Michaels, and I get, they're super cheap for what you need them for. So starting in the back here, we have Chirrut Imwe from Rogue One. I really love Donnie Yen, and I liked what he did with the character of Chirrut, albeit we don't know too much about him, but I liked Also, again, the mystery surrounding him. Death Trooper, my favorite trooper in Star Wars. I love the design of the Death Troopers. This figure actually goes for a pretty decent amount, just because it's a very cool design and people have attached themselves to it, just like I have. This is Jyn Erso. You can see pretty good head sculpt, not 100%, but pretty good. I like her character design a lot. You can also see Phasma. She is also, if you ever want to get into Hot Toys figures, she is a super cheap one. She is very, very cheap. She originally retailed, I think, for $200+, maybe $250. And she is super cheap. I got her for $100, $107, I think. Her articulation is not great. She doesn't pose super well because the suit, the rubber suit you can see underneath is very tight and it's hard to get her in dynamic poses. But really, I mean, how much dynamic does she really do in the films to begin with? So let's jump over here. You can see my T800 Arnold Schwarzenegger figure. I got the roses in the bottom there. That figure, Arnold Schwarzenegger has always been one of my heroes. I mean, I've always loved his acting. Terminator 2 is my favorite Arnold film, hands down. It is an amazing film from start to finish. There's nothing wrong with it. It holds up super well. I'm thinking about doing a video essay on it at some points, and probably in the near future. I originally was going to get a bike to go with this Terminator figure, but it didn't quite work out that way. So for now, he's just holding the shotgun. Still looks super badass. One thing you'll see with this figure is I put a different belt on him. The belt on this figure does tend to peel, so you always got to be careful with that kind of stuff. This figure is notorious for that, but hey, you just replace the belt with not the exact same thing. It's not quite 100% accurate, but it's pretty damn close, and no one's ever going to notice. So next up, Jack Sparrow, another amazing head sculpt. He has half actually rooted hair and half sculpted hair. And I always have him posed up with this rum bottle here because that's Jack Sparrow for you. This is actually the version from Dead Men Tell No Tales, so it's the most recent one. Not the best Pirates film of the bunch, but the figure is the best, the most up-to-date. You can see all the accessories he comes with. The outfit is insanely detailed. The sword, the shark. I actually got the black pearl in this little bottle here in the shark's mouth. I thought that was a nice little touch. So I have that. Okay, let's move over to the Marvel cabinet. Let's start up top here. So Thanos is huge, as you can tell. He is much bigger than most of the other figures I have, and the reason for that is because, again, he's 1/6 scale, and Thanos is huge, so, you know, he's 1/6 the size of what he would normally be in real life, I guess you could say. Here's Thor, another awesome figure. You can see I really like this head sculpt. Not 100%, but I'd say about 85%. Stormbreaker's also obviously a great weapon for this figure, and it goes really nice, especially with Thor's presence in Infinity War. That was probably the best Marvel scene to date for me, so I had to get this figure. Next up, this is actually Ragnarok Loki, but I guess this could technically work as Infinity War Loki as well. You'd obviously have to take the helmet off of him, but I like the helmeted look. I got Surtur's skull right there. He's got the knife and the Tesseract. I really like that figure a lot. At first, there was a little bit of a controversy surrounding it based on the head sculpt, but hey, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good, and I'm happy with it. And you guys know I love Loki, so I will have every Loki figure just like I will have every Kylo Ren figure. They're my two favorite characters. So, Civil War Captain America. And a lot of these figures come with other accessories that I have in the box. I obviously don't have them out with them. I like to keep them posed in a way that's, accurate to the film and also in a way that I remember the character. So Captain America Civil War, he is a very sought after figure. He is pretty expensive on the aftermarket at this point. With the Endgame one coming out, that one is going to be popular too. I have that one on pre-order, so I'm excited about that. Black Panther, he is also one of my favorites. One of the best parts of Civil War. This is my favorite suit for Black Panther. I'm not a huge fan of the new one. I love the design of this one. I actually wish they stuck with it. But hey, they change the suits for almost every character in every movie, sell toys, keep things fresh, so to speak. Star-Lord, this is Volume 1 Star-Lord. So this is my favorite iteration of Star-Lord. Sorry for the shaky cam there. This is my favorite iteration of Star-Lord just because I like the long coat. His blasters are also a great touch. I also have the unmasked head sculpt. Looks pretty good, close to Chris Pratt. But I kind of like the masked head sculpt just because that's his battle look, so to speak. So looking in the back here, this is Yondu, obviously, Michael Rooker. This is also one of Hot Toys' most renowned head sculpts. The outfit and the detailing on that figure is amazing. It's a 10 out of 10 figure. The head sculpt is pretty dead on. They make him look a little bit younger than he should, but that's fine. Avengers Loki, maybe my favorite Hot Toys figure. It was one of my earlier ones just because you guys know that I love Loki so much, and that Avengers Loki is my favorite iteration of the character, and that figure While the head sculpt isn't perfect, pretty damn close. And the outfit is amazing. It is remarkable how cool that figure is. I had to pay quite a price for that one because that one goes up quite a bit too in the aftermarket. So that one also is highly sought after. Winter Soldier was another one I really wanted. I could not wait to get that figure. That iteration of Bucky, the Winter Soldier, is my favorite, and that figure also has become very popular on the secondary market. That's one I would highly recommend you pick up if you want to get into Hot Toys. It's just, I love the Winter Soldier film so much. That's in my top 3 or 4 Marvel films. It's an amazing film, and Winter Soldier was an amazing villain, if you can call him that, in this film. So this is the new Infinity War Doctor Strange. Excellent figure, super excited about this one. This was one that the head sculpt, I feel like a lot of people love it. I actually like it a lot. I feel like it's probably an 8 out of 10 head sculpt, but the accessories that come with this figure are absolutely amazing. This guy retails, I think, for about $260, but he is an awesome figure, and I had to get a Doctor Strange. And his role in Infinity War is just too damn good to pass up in this film. Like I said, Infinity War is my favorite movie, period. Not just Marvel, but period. And that film is it just did so much for me on so many levels, and I had to get, like, a lot of the characters from the film. The Mark 50 Iron Man, amazing. This one I actually didn't have on pre-order originally. It's been selling like crazy. They actually had to reissue it because it's been so popular. This is die cast, so it's not actually plastic. There are parts of it that are plastic and some parts that are die cast. That is pretty remarkable. This guy's in a flight pose because he looks amazing. So let's show you up here. This is I'm gonna turn it on. This is a Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet. As you can see, this is actually the normal one and what it looks like. That one doesn't have batteries. It's my brother. It's a stock one. I had this one painted actually for, I believe $100 from an artist that I know named Stefan. He did a remarkable job for the price, and this gauntlet looks legit as hell based on that price. It's pretty special, especially considering the Hot Toys one, which is amazing, is like $930 plus shipping. So you're gonna spend over $1,000 for, a full scale one. Okay, these are just pictures we got from Ross. I just thought they were nice artwork that goes with the feel of the room. This is actually my Kylo Ren costume. You can see he has no hands right now because they're actually being painted by a very talented friend of mine who's painting the hands and kind of making them, up to date and look a lot better than just regular hands. Because actually the gloves don't really fit on the mannequin hands super well. These actually aren't my pleated sleeves either. These are my original ones that aren't accurate. They don't have the zipper, so they're not fiber first. But these are just spare ones that I had, so I put them on there. So you can see that costume there. I'm actually getting some upgrades done to my costume, so I'm getting all new robes and a couple other things. So I'll probably share that on Instagram with you guys. If you don't follow me there, will_foxification, you should. So there'll be a lot of cool stuff out there. So let's move over here. So you can see, let's start up top. This is a replica Captain America shield, full scale, 1:1. This shield was made by Cap Shield Central on Etsy. I actually did a review on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to check that out, it was $350 free shipping. His shields are second to none in my opinion. They are much better than the Marvel Legends shields. I had the Marvel Legends shields. I really hated it. It didn't feel quality compared to this one at all. A couple paint defects here and there, but the shield itself is amazing, and he actually sells out really quickly. So if you ever want to get one of those on Etsy, I would jump on his page pretty quickly. There's also my brother's, the Marvel Legends Iron Man helmet. It has a couple dings here and there and scratches just from moving a bunch, but yeah, he loves it, and so do I. And it actually is really cool. And with a paint job, I think this thing could be remarkable. So this was actually a gift from a friend of mine who gave me this Joel figure. This is actually an unlicensed Joel figure. So it's made by CC Toys. Obviously Joel from The Last of Us. You can see this book was also an awesome gift my brother gave me for my birthday. But yeah, a friend of mine gave me this gift, and she gave me this Joel figure, and it is remarkable. It's sad that you have to go with unlicensed stuff sometimes, but The Last of Us is my favorite piece of entertainment. So Infinity War is my favorite movie, but Last of Us is my favorite piece of entertainment ever. And this Joel figure, it comes with so many accessories, and the head sculpt is pretty dead on, I gotta say. I mean, I'm very impressed with this unlicensed figure. The detailing on the clothes, the blood stains, all the accessories you can see in his backpack. If I come around here, you can see he's got a hatchet and a backpack itself, the light, all the rifle, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, awesome figure. I actually picked this one up. This is Kratos and Atreus from the God of War game that just recently came out. recently, as in like last year. But so it's an amazing game. I've been wanting to review it. I have the footage. I need to get around to that. But those game reviews take on a lot of work. But I love this game. One of my favorite games ever. I had to get the statue. It's from the collector's edition of the game. You can get this statue pretty cheap for like 50 or 60 bucks. So yeah, amazing statue, and I really, really like it. So these are also pictures from Ross. If you ever go there for artwork, they have some really good stuff. These are all a lot of times like five to $6, sometimes less. Maybe they're more like $8.99, something like that. Like I said, that's my brother's unpainted Marvel Legends gauntlet. These are, what are these called? Noble Collectors. These are the dragons from Game of Thrones. So you have Rhaegal, Drogon, and Viserion. These are awesome pieces. They're only like $40 a piece, actually. These are not too difficult to find online, I would say. You can find them. And the quality I was insanely impressed by and really surprised by, to be honest. This is another gift from a friend of mine, the one who gave me Joel. She's a very great friend of mine. This Revan figure, this Revan statue is by Gentle Giant. It is excellent. I'm a huge fan of Revan. You guys might have seen on Instagram my Revan, my Revan 501st costume. I'm a huge fan of Revan. Can't wait to see him in the movies. Maybe it'll be Keanu Reeves. That would be great. I love this statue. It actually goes for a pretty decent amount at this point. I'd say $300 plus, but it's the best Revan on the market. One thing I will say, they didn't nail the mask completely. It's painted gold. It should be silver. Also, there's a part right in here where you can see the black part above his ring. That should also be gold, sort of like the chest plate and the bracers there. But not a big deal. Still looks amazing. This is one of my favorite pieces as well. This is the premium format Kylo Ren statue from Sideshow Collectibles. This thing is 1/4 scale. It is huge. And it is insanely detailed and one of my favorite pieces, like I said. I'm actually working on obtaining the Darth Maul statue from premium format. It'll go right here. It is also outstanding and just remarkable. So I got this. You can get this guy for a really good deal. He originally went, I think, for like $560. I got him for $400 because for some reason people aren't buying Kylo Ren stuff. You can see also this is the Kotobukiya Kylo Ren. He has no head, because a very talented friend of mine that I mentioned earlier is painting his head to be more accurate. There were one or two things that weren't quite perfect, so I had him paint it, and he did it in like 5 minutes because he's awesome. Okay, so this is a Star Wars poster also from Ross. I couldn't pass this up when I saw it. I think it was $20, but I really liked the artwork of it, and it came in the frame and everything, so it was awesome. These last two things, this is a Tesseract I got from Etsy. I can't remember the maker, but it was like $20 and a really good deal. This is the main scepter you see most people have that have Loki scepter. It's created by Lager Toys. I did a review on it a while back. The stand actually lights up too if you plug it in. Looks really cool. But this scepter is really great. I was pleasantly surprised with it. The ball isn't perfect. I'd love to see a little bit more of a pulsing effect. Not sure how you could accomplish that, but hey. It's an awesome scepter. The paint job itself is really good. The scepter design is good. Just that ball isn't perfect, but hey. Other than that, last two things here. Star Wars poster original, also from Ross. Like I said, you can get a lot of good stuff there for like $7 or $8. A New Hope, obviously, or Star Wars, either or. And this R2-D2 cool little colorful painting there. So as you can see, I'll just zoom out here. This is what the collection room looks like. Like I said, I got the blinds. Actually, this needs to be fixed. I had this taped. These blinds are blackout curtains. I guess they're not blinds, they're curtains, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But these are curtains. They're supposed to black out all the sun just because you don't want any sunlight hitting any of this stuff because they'll start to deteriorate and wash out the colors, so you don't want that. So yeah, that's the collection. These lights I have, these are actually remote activated, so I have a remote in my pocket. I can turn them on and off. These lights are LED strip lights. I put those in, they turn off down there at the bottom. And other than that, that's the collection. So I have some other lightsabers and stuff, but I have them in my room, not down here. So I can show you guys those in another video if you'd like, but I thought it'd be cool just to kind of change things up a little bit with the channel and try something like this for once. So this is my collection as of now. Still going, still adding some stuff, got some pre-orders. But yeah, I'm building a nice little collection and I'm happy with it. So if you guys have any sort of collection stuff or questions, feel free to chat me up. Send me a comment in the video. Like I said, follow me on Instagram, will_foxification. And yeah, post a lot of this stuff daily, costumes, that kind of stuff. And then obviously the movie reviews here on YouTube plus the other stuff. But have some videos in the planning process, so be on the lookout for those. And until next time, this is Will Foxification signing off. I'll see you in the next one.